I had just heard Joe Rogan and Elon Musk 2 months ago, where Elon Musk said, there's only a 20% chance that AI can annihilate humanity. Now I know why he wants to go to Mars, right? And so about 6 or 7 of us went to the agree side, and I'd gone there because of what I'd heard Elon Musk say, who's maybe the most brilliant engineer of our time.
The new Pope says the Church has to help humanity tackle the challenges posed by AI. In a speech to Cardinals, Pope Leo XIV has also praised his predecessor Francis and called on church leaders to uphold his legacy.
And
the developments of artificial intelligence that pose new challenges for the defense of human dignity, justice and labor.
Some Catholics were not so happy about the image of you looking like the Pope.
Oh, I see. You mean they can't take a joke? You don't mean the Catholics, you mean the fake news media. Not the Catholics loved it. I had nothing to do with it. Somebody made up a picture of me dressed like the Pope, and they put it out on the internet. That's not me that did it. I have no idea where it came from. Maybe it was AI, but I know nothing about it. I just saw it last evening. Actually, my wife thought it was cute. She said, "Isn't that nice?"
My question about
Actually, I would not be able to be married, though. That would be a lot. I'd have to the best of my knowledge, popes aren't big on getting married, are they? Not that we know of. No. I think it's the fake news media that, they're fakers.
Well, we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but let's talk markets first. I was going to ask you about the stock market itself, but then you just said something to me which makes me a little bit nervous, which is you're focused less on that right this moment than you are about artificial intelligence. What do you mean?
Well, let me just say, I was minding my business. I went to this tech conference about 2 weeks ago out west, and I just want to share with you what I learned there, Chatham House rules, so we can talk about the content. So it was a small one, 40 notables, but real notables, like household names that you would recognize, the leaders in finance, politics, science, tech.
Hearing from Pope Leo today, why is he so concerned about AI?
Hi, Natasha. Well, Pope Leo really addressing the Cardinals and a formal audience for the first time on Saturday, speaking to artificial intelligence and how it is the greatest challenge facing humanity at this moment. The Pope referencing AI's threat in part by saying that the developments in the field of artificial intelligence that pose new challenges for the defense of human dignity, justice, and labor. One Catholic reacting to the Pope's statement on the concerns of artificial intelligence.
It's a big unknown right now, to be seen. I have an open mind about it at this point, but it's right to be wary of it. I think it's a big unknown.
It follows Pope Francis's own concerns about AI that came shortly after fake photos of Francis in a white puffer jacket flooded social media in March 2023. Pope Francis advocating for an international treaty to regulate the emerging technology.
Outside the Vatican, visitors say they appreciate the Pope's awareness of emerging technology.
I think the more that they're able to maybe incorporate AI or things that are the wave of the future into the church, it's about looking forward, not just looking back.
I work in technology, and this is the direction we're taking the whole world, whether you like it or not.
All of the AI and all of this chat GPT and all of that, I think it's a mess.
If they embrace AI too much, I know for a fact that they can leave a lot of people behind. Right now there are layoffs. I work in the tech industry as well. Layoffs in the tech industry, and AI is taking a lot of jobs.
There's a particular challenge, but also an opportunity to open it up for the rest of the world. I think that the Pope, as well as the Church, has an opportunity to do really great things here.
Anticipation is now building for Leo's appearance here on Sunday, his first in public since he was elected Pope.
Paying his respects to his predecessor, Pope Leo laid a single white rose at the tomb of his friend, Pope Francis, his unannounced visit. Delighted worshippers at the Basilica of St Mary Major. It was emotional to see him so close, this man says. He greeted us with great affection. Earlier, the new pontiff ventured outside of the Vatican and beyond Rome. visiting a small town more than an hour from the Italian capital. Pope Leo prayed at this shrine dedicated to the Madonna, the Mother of Jesus. It was a time of solemn reflection for the 69-year-old who is still coming to terms with his new role. Crowds filled the streets to see him.
In a meeting with the cardinals who picked him, Leo has stressed he wants to stay on the path set by his predecessor Francis. He says that includes evangelizing to deepen people's faith, as well as showing care to people rejected by society. Leo began the week as Cardinal Robert Prevost, and he's confirmed that he picked the name Leo to follow Leo XIII, who championed workers' rights during the Industrial Revolution.
He also made clear he will follow the legacy of Pope Francis, pushing ahead with his reforms of the Church.
One cardinal described that meeting as very good and harmonious. It is clear Pope Leo is popular and well respected by his colleagues, with one revealing he received more than 100 votes in the final ballot.
He only needed 89.
There was a tech panel that had 4 of the leading modelers of the AI models that we're all using today. So it'd be persons 1 through 5 of each of those 4 models. And the quick 3 takeaways from that are, 1, wow, AI can be such a force for good. And we're going to see it immediately in both health and education very quickly. It's going to be fantastic. That's the good news. 2, the neutral news. These models are increasing in their efficiency and performance between, on the very low end, 25%, on the high end, 500%, every 3 or 4 quarters. So it's not even curvilinear. It's a vertical lift in how powerful artificial intelligence is becoming. Right. And then thirdly, and the one that disturbed me the most, is that AI clearly poses an imminent threat, security threat, imminent, in our lifetimes to humanity. And that was the one that really got me going.
When you say imminent threat, what do you mean?
So I'll get to it. So they had a panel of again, 4 of the leading tech experts. And kind of about halfway through, someone asked them on AI security. Well, what are you doing on AI security? And they said the competitive dynamic is so intense among the companies, and then geopolitically between Russia and China, that there's no agency, no ability to stop and say, maybe we should think about what actually we're creating and building here. And so, and the follow-up question is, well, what are you doing about it? And he said, well, I'm buying 100 acres in the Midwest. I'm getting cattle and chickens, and I'm laying in provisions.
For real?
For real. For real. And that was obviously a little disconcerting. And then he went on to say, I think it's going to take an accident where 50 to 100 million people die to make the world take the threat of this really seriously. Well, that was a freaky deek to me, and no one pushed back on him on that panel. And then afterwards, we had a breakout session, which was really interesting. All 40 people got up in a room like this, and they had a series of propositions, and you had to either agree with or disagree with the proposition. And one of the propositions was, there's a 10% chance in the next 20 years that AI will kill 50% of humanity. So there's a 10% chance that AI will kill 50% of humanity in the next 20 years. Agree or disagree? So I'd say the vast majority of the room moved to the disagree side. I had just heard Joe Rogan and Elon Musk 2 months ago, where Elon Musk said, there's only a 20% chance that AI can annihilate humanity. Now I know why he wants to go to Mars, right? And so about 6 or 7 of us went to the agree side, and I'd gone there because of what I'd heard Elon Musk say, who's maybe the most brilliant engineer of our time. All 4 modelers were on the agree side of that. All 4 of the leading developers of the AI models were on that side. And then we debated. Then the 2 sides got to debate. And one of the modelers says to the disagree side, if you don't think there's a 10% chance, as fast as these models are growing, and how quickly they're commoditizing knowledge, how easily they're making it accessible, that someone couldn't biohack, because that's where the real weakness is. A weapon that could take out half of humanity. I don't know. 10% seems reasonable to me.
Okay, so thank you for bringing us this great news over breakfast.
No. Can I just say, I'm not a tech expert. I'm not. But I've spent my whole life managing risk. That's why I'm here today, is because I'm as good as there is on macro risk management. And we just have to realize, to their credit, all these folks in AI are telling us we're creating something that's really dangerous. It's going to be really great too, but we're helpless to do anything about it. That's, to their credit, what they're telling us. And yet we're doing nothing right now, and it's really disturbing.